Welcome to Season Chasers. I'm Rob Freeman. Those that love nature and outdoor sports spend a lot of quality time looking for adventure throughout the year. The more you study, the more you learn about the peak seasons in nature. It's fun to know when it's best to go fishing or hunting, when it's time to pick blueberries, wild mushrooms, or native pecans. Sometimes the peak season is close to home, right in your own backyard, or it could be miles away near the mountains and the sea. Either way, this program will chase the seasons where the action is hot.
Well, we're here at my semi-private spring office out here on the Kansas Prairie. We're at Pawnee Wildlife Preserve, and I've had some guests out here the last few days, but this has been my first morning to get out here and watch a few turkeys myself. In addition to my first solo turkey hunt of the year, I've got some interesting stories to tell about 2 mornings out here during the archery season with Gerry from Webb City. I usually don't rely much on decoys at the established feeding area, but Gerry brought Mary Lou one day and Jake the next. I gotta admit, these decoys caused quite a stir. Adam is back with a special purpose gun of the week from Benelli. But now it's time for spring archery wild turkey hunts in Kansas. Season Chasers, where we study, learn, and share the great outdoors. We're hunting over corn from a box blind in southeast Kansas. On this set, I've had little success with decoys and calls. The hens seem to get real nervous and avoid the spot altogether. Sometimes on real windy days, a cheap decoy can spin around like a helicopter. It doesn't look so real. And the calls only carry one direction on windy days. Well, Gerry brought along Mary Lou. She had a real lifelike appearance, plus just enough movement in the wind to look real. The first hen on the scene paid little attention, but it wasn't very long before another single hen approached the corn. Now, I believe if you can get several real hens to stick around in the feed area, it's just like live decoys with sight and sound, and that's real hard to beat with artificial stuff. But Gerry and I learned this second hen was not so sociable and didn't really want to share this feed spot with Mary Lou. Our first clue is the direct stare at the intruding decoy. And take a look at the real hen's neck feathers. That body language indicates that the hen's agitation level is raising. And we're wondering just how far this might go. Sometimes a turkey hunt goes real quickly, while other times it takes a while for the scene to unfold and progress where we want it. By now, Gerry and I are sure that this hen isn't going to ignore our decoy, Mary Lou. More aggressive body language from the challenger, and the wind keeps Mary Lou moving just enough to spark further action. Now, this is one of the few times I've ever witnessed a real hen acting quite like this. The fan tail, dropping one wing, raising the other, puffing up and being so mean. Poor old Mary Lou. First, here comes a left jab. By now, this hen's getting really upset that Mary Lou hasn't retreated and decides to escalate the violence, as only a hen can do.
I'd call this a turkey-style case of floats like a butterfly and stings like a bee. Had to speed things up a bit because this is only a half-hour show, folks. By now, me and Gerry are starting to get tired just watching all this. And then it starts getting really personal. Multiple pecks to the head. And then all this commotion gets the attention of 3 other hens and one of their buddies. Gerry, what do we got here, man?
Nice one here.
That's the big one. Wow. What kind of spurs does he have?
2-year-old.
Cool.
Yeah, that took him right out.
How far do you think he was when you pulled the trigger?
Probably 15 yards. If that.
I don't think he was coming any closer.
No,
Good job, man.
that is a beautiful bird.
Check out the beard on him. Looked like a big one.
Yeah. 9-inch. Nice one.
Boy, there was a bunch of birds in there, wasn't there?
It was.
They all wanted to come see that prize fight that was going on with your decoy. What's up with that?
Thinks he liked it. Or didn't like it, should I say?
What a beautiful bird.
Yeah, it is. She got on it and wouldn't be done with it. I thought she was going to get it knocked over. Almost did.
All right, well, we're glad she brought in some stuff like this, and one shot with your crossbow took care of it. What a nice bird.
Extreme environments can cause a spontaneous change in DNA, resulting in unexpected power and agility. Introducing the all-new, all-powerful Gator RSX 850i. 62 horsepower, a fully independent multi-link suspension, and a top speed of 53 miles per hour. It's a whole new species of Gator.
It's Chick Days at Blue Ribbon Farm and Home in Pittsburgh. All the chicken supplies you need to get started. Blue Ribbon Farm and Home has what you need to feed the wild birds. Blue Ribbon Farm and Home has what you need to plant a beautiful garden. Seeds, plants, fertilizer, and weed control for your lawn.
Don't forget Blue Ribbon Farm and Home has a huge selection of food for dogs.
Whether you have a lap dog, a sport dog, chickens, or a goofy goat, Blue Ribbon Farm and Home has all the feeds you'll ever need.
You talk about a goofy goat, and this is the goofy goat right here.
Don't forget, the Kickstarter campaign is open right now for our hunt for the Lake Clark monster this summer in Alaska. Go to the address on your screen here and get all the details about how you can help on this year's Lake Clark monster hunt from Alaska. We're here at the gun counter at John's Sports Center in Pittsburgh, Kansas, and Adam's got us a special turkey gun here today. What do you got for us, Adam?
We got Benelli's new M2. It's a 12 gauge semi-automatic shotgun. It'll shoot 2 3/4 or 3-inch shells. It's got the new choke tube base in. It's got the cryo choke tubes, so they're extra long, so you can shoot a gobbler out there at 40 or 50 yards, no problem at all, with a good pattern.
What are some of the special features that these turkey guns have on them?
The biggest deal that Benelli's done is introduce their ComfortTech stock, so it has a padded comb to reduce the recoil on our cheek. It has microburst technology in here to absorb the recoil before it gets to your shoulder, to cut down on the heavy 3-inch Magnum or 3.5-inch loads. On this particular model, it's a 21-inch, so we have a much shorter barrel, so we have less to drag through the woods, a lot easier to crawl, navigate, call, kind of balance out the type of gun.
Well, if you're shooting out of a box or if you're shooting out of a pop-up blind, you only have so much space to move around, and it seems like those turkeys always give you the slip at the last minute, right?
Always on the wrong
And you're
side.
planning on going out one way and you end up getting the shot out the other way, but this shorter barrel makes it easier to maneuver in those kind of conditions.
Much better, and you do not sacrifice anything on the pattern by going to a shorter barrel. I've actually found that I think the shorter barrel is a little easier to control, especially on a longer shot. You seem to be a little tighter, be able to encompass the gun a little more and get a better hold on it. Sure.
Okay, now as far as special loads for turkey hunting, we've got this going on through Kansas pretty much all of April and May now, and other surrounding states have shorter turkey seasons, but you only get so much time out there. You want to make the most with the shots that you got. So what are some of the special turkey loads that you have for people?
Traditionally, we've always sold the lead, the 2 3/4 or 3-inch lead, but recently, because of non-toxic issues, we've had to go to like heavy metal or heavy shot that are a blended non-toxic load, so you can hunt more state ground, federal ground, different areas like that, and not worry about infringing on regulations. They've actually improved the quality, like on the federal, the heavyweight turkey load. It's actually a number 7 shot. It carries the same energy at 50 yards in a number 7 shot that a number 5 lead does at 30 yards. So it increases your ability to shoot out there farther. Yeah, definitely need to take the time to pattern your shotgun, no matter what brand it is, how old or how new. Take the time to go out, sit down at 30 yards, pattern the shotgun, understand if it's shooting right, left, up, down. No shotgun's built perfect, and it's going to pattern different with each different load also. So sometimes we have to cater the load to the weapon, but we'll find out what pattern's the best. That way when the shot presents itself, you can ethically take the shot.
So if you have any questions about using shotguns on turkey, come talk to Adam and the guys here at John's Sports Center and have them show you the gun of the week, and you'll be filling those turkey tags.
That's right.
Thanks a lot.
Thank you, Rob.
If you'd like more information on the gun of the week or any of the other guns in stock, or for special orders, stop by John's Sports Center at 18th and Broadway in Pittsburgh for more information. And tune in to Season Chasers next week for next week's Gun of the Week from John's Sports Center.
For once, we have a still morning in Kansas with calm winds.
And the turkeys this time are being a little more vocal. For the next few minutes, all of the turkey sounds that you hear are real. There's no artificial calls going on here. This is just part of the show that goes along with turkey hunting and the morning sights and sounds of the countryside. Gerry and I sit tight and decide not to call when the hens and toms are this close. We think that sooner or later something big's going to see Mary Lou and the Jake decoy and try to break up their party. With all the yelping and gobbling going on, a single hen appears in the corn. And this one seems a little more interested in eating than fighting. So me and Gerry, we sit back and watch, and we lay low. Are you ready for another hen fight? Maybe not, but the moving hen makes our spread appear more realistic from a distance. more feeding hens arrive, and we keep looking behind them to see if there might be more. You can see that one of these hens has a visible beard.
Been quite a morning, huh?
Yeah. Mary Lou did her job yesterday and Jake today.
I think they're ready to pick a fight with your decoy. You got another perfect shot on them, it looked like. It's almost going to jump in the blind with us, it looked like. Good job, Gerry. So that takes care of your 2 Kansas tags.
Yep.
I definitely believe in those decoys after this.
Yeah, well, it definitely works. Because they went right up to that Jake. They were going to tear him a new one before I shot him.
And on top of that, you protected the integrity of your decoy.
Yep.
Well, that was quite a hunt.
Well, we're here at my semi-private spring office out here on the Kansas prairie. We're at Pawnee Wildlife Preserve, and I've had some guests out here the last few days, but this has been my first morning to get out here and watch a few turkeys myself. And I've been here in the box blind and been having quite a bit of action early in the morning. We had 1 hen come in and then joined by 3 others, and then 3 stayed. And had several other groups of hens come in, but I noticed way down here to the east of me, looked like a pretty good sized tom ducked around an island of trees, and then 3 hens came directly into the feeder. And as I was watching them, I kind of watched him circle around to make sure everything was okay, and before long he was in there feeding with the rest of them. Well, I'm out here with this 10-point crossbow doing a little field test for John Sports Center, and went ahead and launched my first broadhead at him. This is a Rage slip cam, and we'll look back at the replay real closely, but it appeared to me that it went right over the top of that turkey. And as I retrieved the bolt, it looked like there was a little bit of feathers from one of the blades. May have knocked a few feathers loose, but it was not a direct hit, and that turkey walked away kind of slowly, but I went and trailed it and couldn't find any sign of it. So it was a miss, and I'm learning and studying this crossbow hunting, and probably would have got it with a shotgun, but there were a lot of hens in the proximity, and trying to do a selective harvest here. Now I figure for every one tom that we shoot at around this feed area, there's probably 50 other critters that are benefiting from this corn. So it's a real selective harvest. Just because you're hunting over corn where it's legal, it's no guarantee that you're going to see some action. But we had the 3 hens march right in here. We had the tom that was with them circle around for safety, and he stayed just low enough when I launched that crossbow bolt at him, and missed this time. But the season is young, and we're going to do battle some more out here from the box blind on the Kansas prairie. 100% real. We don't get them every time, even though we're trying. We'll try some more here on Season Chasers. Thanks for coming along.
Waka waka.
Tune in each week for some of the stuff you just won't see on other shows. Outdoors, wildlife, and a life of adventure. Being on the lookout for natural foods and making the most of what the wildlife provides.
Study, learn, and share the great outdoors with someone who's important to you.